Hello, my fellow citizens of the 7th universe. My name is Pat Player 2 if you wish to be that specific, and welcome to my first ever tutorial on the game Q Clash of Roblox. The reason why I wanted to go ahead and do something like this on the channel is because just how much I like this type of game in general. People don't know anything about me. Yes, hello, my name is Pat. It's Player 2 spelled backwards. That's what owTreyalP is. And I play a lot of first-person shooters, especially class-based shooters such as this game. If you're ever curious, I was top 60 as an ANA player of Overwatch in North America last season, so I feel like I should know a tiny bit about this type of game. So here we go. Today we are going to be talking about the first character, basically the basic character of Q Clash. The first character that you see on the screen. His name is Ghost, and he's basically your soldier-type character that you would normally be playing on Call of Duty or Soldier 76 in Overwatch, or there's actually, what this character is actually based on, is a character from Paladins that is basically the same exact way. What do I mean by that? Well, he's got an automatic assault rifle that you can look in the scope in order to get better shots. This is the only character besides the Reaper, which is the sniper, that is allowed to do that, but that character is besides the point. The sniper rifle. This character can look down the sights to give you more precise shots, which is actually really good in tight situations, especially if you're trying to get someone that is far away distances. As well, you have a nade on a 6-second cooldown that does a decent amount of damage, I believe plus 50 damage, and it's really good. You chuck that around every couple of seconds, and you've got a nade, and you've got your ultimate up. Ability that this character has that none of the other characters actually have is a sprint ability that is on infinite cooldown. So basically, you can always run when you're not shooting. I recommend to always run around when you are not shooting your gun. Basically, it makes you a harder target, and yes, you can reload your gun while you are sprinting, so you can go ahead and do that. Now, as an ultimate ability, just like the character in Paladins, you have a missile strike ability. Basically, missile strike is you basically have these like cool little goggles, which if you're seeing on the other team, basically makes you glow all red, and you're able to cast down 3 different missile strikes upon your opponent. They do a buttload of damage, especially to those pesky shield knights that you cannot shoot over. They can just absolutely destroy them, and just like that, you can get like a bunch of kills. Now, the one thing about this character that is definitely for certain, and I do recommend that you have to go and check this out, and you have to think about definitely, is bullet penetration, bullet fall off. What I mean by bullet fall off is basically, if you're right next to the guy and you shoot someone in the head, you're about going to do 16 to 20 damage per headshot. So basically, if you're fighting a 200 health target, you should be able to take a guy down in 5 to 6 shots normally out of your 30. It's not really that bad. But if you are fighting someone that is very, very far away from you, all of a sudden, those 16 to 20 damage headshots are all of a sudden doing 6 to 8 damage per shot. So you have to shoot more often at them and shoot more and more clips at them. That's one thing's for certain, especially if you're facing a Reaper or a long-ranged attacker that has been known to get a couple of headshots on you. I would recommend not approaching these type of guys. If you feel like you have the advantage and the person hasn't even looked at you yet and you already have a few shots on them, go ahead. Keep shooting at them. But I recommend that if someone is on the other side of the map and you're engaging with that, do not continue to engage. Do not back off. You have your sprint ability, so you can hide and take an alternate route to get to that guy in a closer battle for you. Especially if you're facing someone who is a Reaper, which is the sniper rifle. You want to get as close as possible to that character because it is really hard to hit someone in the head when they are 2 feet away from you. You can't actually barrel stuff. One thing about the Reaper, which I'll talk about in another video, is that the Reaper can only do 50 damage per body shot when she is no scoping. If you're scoped, I believe it does about 125. But that's if the person can flick a headshot on you when you're that close to them. If you're good with your movement, you should be okay. You should be able to take down that person because they don't have that much to escape with. Now, if you're facing other people, such as the Shield Warrior, I recommend not engaging in a short distance battle with that guy. That guy you can engage at long distance. You're not going to do that much damage to him, and he does have a buttload of health.
But two things about him. One, he literally can't do much about you except for hold up a shield, which eventually will deplete if you keep shooting at it. It will go down. Because just like himself, his shield does have a health bar. But on top of it, make sure you are engaging at long distances because he has a giant sword and he can charge you. He also does have a projectile ability, but the projectile ability is very, very slow. So actually, as long as you're far away distance, you can easily dodge it. You could literally move a step to the left and you'd be fine for the next 2 seconds before it even comes at you. It's a really slow ability. You actually could do that. There are a couple other people like the turret man. One thing's for certain is that your character is fantastic for taking down turrets. Absolutely fantastic for taking down turrets. Especially when the turrets first start coming online, they don't actually start shooting. They're going through a building stage. When you're going through the building stage, I recommend shooting them because they do have less health while they're building. They're actually gaining health while they build. It's actually kind of exactly like Overwatch when the hero Torbjorn puts his turret on the ground. The turret actually, when it puts on the ground, it actually starts at 1 health. And then it goes all the way to 200 health after it's fully built. I recommend shooting at it the minute you see it. The minute you see it, start shooting at it because the caster is still casting that turret and won't be able to shoot you, so might as well take down this turret, especially if you're facing 3 of them and all of a sudden there's 3 turrets on point. I recommend taking those guys down because they will shred your team. And if you're far away from it, they actually won't target you, and you're never going to miss a shot on it because the target is so freaking big. You can actually just take it down in 1 clip, and there you go. Happy face. One thing, though, about Ghost that I do recommend is be mindful of your ammo gauge. I mean, ammo reloading, it's pretty fast. I believe it's like a 1.5 second reload speed or 2 second reload speed. It's pretty fast, but you'd be surprised if you try to cancel your animations, which is if you try to cancel your animation by throwing your grenade, you actually won't complete your reload, and all of a sudden you'll still have 3 bullets in your gun, and you have to run around like crazy to hope to God the person you're fighting doesn't have a full clip and is about to mow you down. I recommend to always be mindful of your 30 clipped gun. Make sure that you always are reloaded because obviously more bullets means more damage. Now, your character as well is more of a flanker. It's not really a flanker, I would say, but well, I don't recommend going behind enemy lines with this character because the one thing about this character is you cannot heal yourself. That's one thing that this character is different from the character Soldier 76 in Overwatch. Besides his ultimate, he cannot put down a healing pod to heal himself. Basically, if you're caught off guard and you have 50 health and you're starting to engage somebody, you're dead. Because unless they don't hit their shots, you are most likely dead. You can probably see in this video, a lot of times I am roaming around. I'm roaming around with 50 health, and I really shouldn't, but I got way too cocky, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. And the thing is, I would never recommend going ahead and doing that because the only way you can get your health pack, there's no health packs on the maps from what I know. The only way you can get your health pack, any health back, is if you have a healer on your team, the one healer, which usually, more than likely, you won't have a healer on your team because everyone wants to do damage in this game. There's no rank system, so there's no point to ever go and choose healers and tanks because it's not like you're gaining points or anything on competitive, so everyone's just going to play what they want to because they're still leveling up. But the only other way that you can actually heal up is if you go around in the corner and wait for about 15 to 20 seconds because that's the only way you can actually gain your health back. You have to hope to God that while you're doing that, you can actually run around and gain your health back at the same time. You can actually use your run ability and still gain health back. Do not shoot, though. If you start shooting, your health regen stops, and then you are basically stuck at whatever health you were, and you have to wait another 5 to 10 seconds before the health regen starts. So I recommend not doing that. Now, should I explain anything else about this character? Thankfully, he's pretty basic. If you want to go ahead and start off with a character, I recommend immediately starting off with this character if you want to, get kills. I recommend this is it because I'm assuming a lot of people who have, who are interested in this type of game have played other games in the past, such as like Call of Duty. I'm going to assume maybe some of you guys have even played Paladins.
Overwatch possibly too, but I probably would see like more Call of Duty aspect, because this character is exactly like you would be in Call of Duty. You're running around in circles. You're running around in circles with a run ability, and you're able to look inside of a scope to hurt somebody, just like you would in Call of Duty. I'd recommend doing that. If you want to choose any of the other characters, eventually I will be doing little bits of tutorials on how you should be able to fight, with these other characters. But for right now, I recommend using this character as your starting character if you want to be the guy who does a ton of damage. This character too can be a terrifying threat in this game. There isn't any characters besides, I believe, one other character that has an automatic machine gun for a primary weapon. He can do a buttload of damage if this player knows what they're doing. He could be a menace, because one of a second, he could wipe out 3 of your guys, and before you know it, he ran back to his team and he's getting healed up. That's one thing about this character. If you master him, you could be terrifying in this game. I mean, just think about it. At the end of this clip, as long as I'm showing it, I think I believe I go 39-3 in one go. Like, it's really easy to actually get a bunch of kills if you know what you're doing. And if your teammates if the enemy team doesn't know what they're doing, you can easily get on top of that. But on that note, though, guys, I'm going to say thank you guys for joining once again. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more of these videos on the other characters, possibly even more game modes, and maybe just trying to show off what you're supposed to be doing for certain fights. Like, what do you do in this situation? What do you do in this situation? I'm going to be trying to do that if you guys are okay with that. But on that note, I'm going to say thank you guys for joining once again, and I will be seeing you later.